Hey guys, it's GrizzlyGo here, and today we're going to talk about how to improve and learn more efficiently as a newer console player. We're going to go over 5 main topics that range over a variety of different ways you can improve your game, that increasingly become more dedicating. Now, you're probably questioning my credibility because you most likely have no idea who I am, so I'll leave my R6 tracker link in the description if you want to feel confirmation. But I can promise you, I've been playing since 2015, so I've seen it all. Alright, no more nonsense, let's just hop into this. So to start it off with the first tip, this is probably the most simple thing you can do out of anything on this list, and that is just to go into game chat. You might be thinking, oh, why would I go to game chat in a casual game? Well, you see, you don't have to if you don't want to. You know, you can go ahead and talk to your friends and party while you're playing casual, because most people playing casual aren't in game chat anyways. But when you're playing ranked, I highly recommend that you use game chat. Especially if you're a newer player, you will learn a lot by communicating with all of your teammates. Communication is one of the most important things in Rainbow Six. There's no radar or minimap to spoon feed you information like other games. So if you want to win, you need to use your mic, but not only will you win, but you will learn. If you're new in learning the maps, communicating with your teammates will teach you a lot about different callouts and strategies. It gets you involved with more people, just learning new things. Hey, I still learn new things from callouts my friends say, like this is banana, your sandwich, and Africa is... Wait a minute, hold on, let me go ask my friend what that is.
Scotty, I got a question. I got one question, Scotty. You know that one call-out you use called Africa? May I ask where the fuck that is again?
Africa, so there's...
It's on border, right?
Okay. It's the half wall that's close to archives. So
may I ask why it's called Africa?
I don't know why.
Where did you get it from?
It's called Africa Pros.
Oh my god, okay.
Call out.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you don't need to learn overcomplicated Pro League callouts, but you get the idea. You'll learn more about the maps, operators, and different strategies, and of course, the most important thing, to win. It's a win-win situation, but a few of you might be thinking, isn't this just obvious? Well, kind of is, yeah, but playing in the higher ranks, if I'm not with the full squad, we have to message our randoms just to go to game chat, so you would be surprised. Just don't be those guys, please. They've lost us so many games. Now, if you're playing with a full squad, I would still recommend going to game chat to get into the habit, and to also block out any noise that someone in the party might make. But let's say you don't have a full squad of friends available when you play, and you're sick of randoms, there is a solution. If you aren't aware, there are native features on Xbox and PlayStation that help you find other people, called clubs and communities. These are available for any game and for anything, but we're here to talk about Rainbow Six, so let's stay on track. There are tons of squad finder communities for Rainbow. I highly recommend that you try this system because most of the time, it's better than gambling with a random. You're also more likely to make friends with someone from the community than a random in game chat. And in my experience, using the squad finders have resulted in much better and less toxic players than gambling with matchmaking with randoms. I've even made friends from the squad finder. If you don't have success or just simply don't like using these communities on PlayStation and Xbox, there is a third-party system that functions similarly called Moot. I have friends that use Moot, and it's probably one of the best platforms you can use for gaming. Not sponsored. Now, originally I thought that only higher level players would be using this, but it's simply just not the case. I was actually surprised with the variety of skill and rank levels, so this is a very viable and realistic option for all players looking for players to play and grow with. But now let's say you don't really care about who you play with, or you already have a squad, so you just want to improve yourself. There are a number of ways you can do that, and that can begin with your hardware. There are numerous controller mods or accessories that can improve your game, like control freaks, scuffs, native accessories, etc. Now, you may already have some of these things, especially if you play other competitive shooters like Call of Duty, which also require immense precision and quick accessibility. So, you can easily transfer these accessories to your Rainbow Six experience, but let's say, like most of you watching this video, don't have these upgrades. But you want to know what's best for you. Well, we have 2 main categories: upgrading ergonomics or increasing the amount of buttons. The cheaper one of these two is ergonomics. When upgrading ergonomics, you're trying to improve the grip and handling of the controller while also increasing precision. Examples of applications of these include controller grips and stick grips, like Control Freaks. Not sponsored. Typically, these accessories are mostly chosen by personal preference. So if you feel like this could improve your aim, or you just need that little something to get you over the hump, you can try this route for a relatively small price. Now, in terms of the more expensive route, we have increasing the number of buttons or the addition of paddles. This is like adding mouse buttons for a PC player, except they have bindings. But, we can be cool too. There are a decent amount of options when it comes to wanting to upgrade this aspect. For the most part of history, people just bought scuffs. Not sponsored. But more recently, there have been more native additions for people that want to seek this route. And there's always those weird China controllers that make you wonder if they even work or not, but hey, they're only $20, so why not? No, but seriously, if you plan on upgrading, I would consider trying to use the native controller with some slap-on accessories rather than just going straight to a scuff, because scuffs are very pricey. I've had friends that got scuffs and they broke within a year. Now, I'm not sure what the average lifespan of a scuff is, because I'm not a scuff doctor, but I would do some research before making such a huge investment. As for myself, I haven't really invested into my controllers. They look the same as like they just came out the box. Now, I don't plan on keeping it this way because I'm a bigger guy, I have bigger hands. I'm planning on getting some bigger sticks or extensions because on occasion, my finger just slides off the stick. And I feel that it could also give me an accuracy boost, so I don't see why not. And I've also been interested in getting the most recent DualShock 4 back button, which is very cheap in comparison to a scuff. I'll see how I do with that. But let's say you want to improve your aim without upgrading your hardware. Turning off this option will exponentially help your aim. I recommend that you do this as soon as possible, and that is to turn off aim assist. When you play T-Hunt, or what do they call it now, Training Ground, or something like that, I don't know. Your real main purpose is to improve your aim and reflex, not necessarily just winning it. So, aim assist is practically useless in this regard because aim assist is only usable in player versus enemy, not player versus player. If you are new to the game, but you have your main gripes on the mechanics and want to improve your aim, this is how you play T-Hunt. Go to your settings, turn on only classic, or what's the new name for it? I don't remember. Hold on, let me go look for it. I think it's elimination. Yeah, I think it's okay. Yeah, okay, I think it's elimination. Well, and then you pick a small map like Plane, then pick a fast operator like Ash, and just try to complete it as fast as possible. For intermediate players, this is the most effective way to improve your aim. But if you want to learn certain maps or learn certain recoil patterns, for some operators, you're more than welcome to do that. But just know that the most important objective is to go through as many white masks as you can as soon as possible. Now, this is just a simple, brief, summarized way to improve your aim in T-Hunt, and there are hundreds of YouTube videos explaining this in more depth in case you're interested. So, next time you see a T-Hunt, or as they call it, Training Ground, daily challenges, take a little time to warm up and improve your aim rather than just clearing the challenge. And the final way you can improve your game for my console brudas is to record your games and watch them. Now, I just watched the reveal for UFF half an hour ago, and as rumored, they will be adding in some sort of theater mode. It looks incredible and just makes this tip as easy as ever. If you're serious about getting better at this game, this will boost you exponentially if you study your film right. Now, I was going to include this in the video regardless of whether or not Ubisoft was deciding to add in this amazing feature, because Xbox and PlayStation already have native recording options. On the normal Xbox One, you can record for up to 10 minutes, and the normal PS4, you can record up to 15. So if you have one of these systems, keep this in mind because you might have to clip like 3 times a game just to capture the whole match. But if you have an X or a Pro, you can record up to a whole hour in HD, so no need to worry about that. So you can get like 2 games in a clip. Now, there are of course pros and cons with watching recordings rather than using a theater mode, because in theater mode you can see everything in every point of view in that match. While with recordings, you can only see what you have done. But recordings might have one small thing on theater, and that's voice capture. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that the chat audio won't be captured in theater, which isn't the biggest thing in the world to worry about, but it is worth noting. So until Ubisoft releases this feature, I recommend that you set aside at least a few minutes of your day just to study some film, to improve and learn. It will pay off. Alright, my console brudas, I hope that this video taught you something new and that you walk away using at least one of these 5 tips I told you today. I understand that some of these might not be for everybody, but with my experience of playing the game for this long, these practices have showed tried and true. And I recommend that you at least try at least some of them. Let me know what tips or tricks that you guys use as new console players, because I'm curious if I could give some of these to a friend's of mine who just recently picked up the game. And let me know if these helped you out. I want to see how well these work for you. I'll be looking at your comments down below. Alright fellas, that's all for today. Hope you have a good one. See you next time.
Oh,
Oh,
no!
my God.
Ricky.
I've had friends that got scuffs and they broke with it. Holy shit.